There's a cheeky new kid on the block.
You're so cocky for a little boy.
The team investigates why red panda Maya's lost her appetite, and Marju's all bounce as the zoo celebrates Orangutan Caring Week. Auckland Zoo is home to animals large and small from every corner of the planet. Making a big splash at the coast enclosure are 2 Californian sea lions and their Kiwi cousins, 3 fur seals. Their keeper, Andrew Coers, has just arrived with an unexpected visitor to add to the marine menagerie.
So we had a phone call last night from the Raglan Vet Clinic. Basically, a young fur seal pup has washed up and been a little bit of a nuisance. Not his fault. Unfortunately, he's been a bit humanised, so people, members of the public, obviously doing their best, but have probably been feeding him. Last night, he had about 3 dogs circling him. And the worry is that with just being a small little guy that he is that he's going to get eaten by a dog. So there's not much hope for this little guy unless we're prepared to take him on.
But before the young pup can go any further, he needs a checkup with zoo vet Bethany.
So we're just going to give him a physical exam, and one of the main things we do is have a listen to the chest and listen to the heart and make sure there's no signs of respiratory disease. So we'll just do that now. Yeah, and that all sounds fine. He's really confident, isn't he? He's not worried at all.
Canines have just started to erupt.
So that's usually about 12 to 14 months.
Yeah, that's right,
guys,
Seal pups leave their mothers at around 6 months old, and this little guy has clearly lost his way since then.
He looks absolutely fine. Shall we just confirm the sex?
Yeah, that would be good.
Yep.
He's a boy.
He's definitely a boy. We'll just get him through. He's obviously had a bit of a journey, so we'll get him into his enclosure.
Yep, excellent. Scoop him up.
As team leader, it's Andrew's responsibility to see how this young seal fits into the group.
I love working with the seals and sea lions from the fact they're just so playful, you know, and they're just so inquisitive and nosy, cheeky, always happy to see you.
The quarantine pool will be the baby seal's first home while he's inoculated for TB. All things going well, he'll then join the big boys at the coast.
Hey, big guy. Yeah, you know what this is, don't you? There you go.
Because the seal has been fed by humans, he's stopped hunting for his own food. Now the seal is underweight and too tame for his own good.
So I guess for members of the public that come across a fur seal, the most important thing you do is give it some space, and you really have to contact the Department of Conservation and or the local ranger that's there, and they'll do their best to probably relocate it. We've got to actually work on not having him so up front and close to us. It's nice when he's 10 kgs, but when he's 40, 50, 60 plus kgs and he's like this and in our face, it could get quite dangerous.
With the resident group of seals well settled into their routines, how will the new pup be accepted? Over at the orangutan enclosure, Charlie, Milua, Juanita and Marju have always been firm friends. And for their keeper, Carly, it's a tight unit she feels part of.
My absolute favourite thing about working at the zoo is just the relationships I get to build with the animals. Especially with the orangutans, it's sort of inexplicable that over the years you can develop this really intense bond with them.
Carly constantly thinks up ways to stimulate the orangutans, and today's challenge is to find a budding Picasso.
We're leading up to Orangutan Caring Week, and we're going to be selling some of their pictures to raise money for the Conservation Fund here at the zoo. So as well as being a fun activity for them and for us, it's also going to help their cousins in the wild.
What a mess. Look at all this stuff. I hope she appreciates it.
Today we really want to get some really good pictures out of our orangutans so that people at the Orangutan Caring Week can see how creative they are and what they're capable of.
It's a long way from the Southeast Asian rainforest, where orangutans are being forced out by palm oil plantations. This gives extra significance to today's artistic encounter.
Do it. Ready, monkeys?
Do you like that? It's not for eating. What's it, GB? Go for it.
You want to paint with your hand or your mouth?
Yes.
As you can see, some of the paint gets more on the animals and the walls than it does on the paper, but that's part of the fun. That's why we ensure we use non-toxic paint as well, just in case they ingest any.
Where's your foot? Where's your other foot? Good boy. Where's your hand? Yes, good boy.
How about another colour? Get some greener?
Charlie's large flanges or cheeks developed when he was 15. They are the badge of the dominant male and possibly the mark of a master painter.
Well done. Good painting.
This was a really successful session. I've never seen such beautiful paintings, that's honest truth. They usually just do 1 or 2 strokes with boring colours, but these look amazing. We don't usually sell these, so it's quite an opportunity that the public get to see them and purchase them as well and own a sort of piece of Auckland Zoo's history.
Hold your hand. Here, fingers. Hold. Hold. You're going to put your fingerprint on here. Ready? Yay, Charlie! Yay, Charlie!
Hey, little man, how you doing? So today is going to be this little guy's first time out into the big pool. So this is a chance for him to get exposed to that area out there before he starts meeting the rest of these animals. Let's go, monster. What's all this? Look at this big area.
With shaved patches of fur from the quarantine injections, the pup's sticking to Andrew like a shadow.
You gonna have a swim? He's so fixated on people. And that's something that we've been working on for some time, is to try and give us some distance. You're a cute wee boy, aren't you?
Walking away is the only way to get the seal pup to take the plunge on his own.
He's having a good time. He's darting around all over the place. He's a good boy. I've still got in the back of my mind that we've got another, 4 animals to go to introduce to him before we feel comfortable that, you know, he's going to do all right.
At the zoo, early summer mornings bring out the early risers. A good breakfast sets all the animals up for the day. But Red Panda Maya's not eating. Keeper Sue is worried.
Good morning, little Maya. Hey, good girl. So this is Maya. She's our eldest panda here at the zoo. She's 14 years old, so she's getting on in years. About 15 years of age is the life expectancy in captivity, obviously a lot lower in the wild.
Off her food and with a stiffness in her walk, the zoo vets want to give Maya a thorough checkup. That's if they can catch her. Blow darting might be the logical option, but zoo vet Bethany has her doubts.
It's just a little bit awkward for me to get in there with a blow dart. And I think we're going to run the risk that we have a misfire or something goes wrong, and then she'll be really stressed. So.
Using a net could actually turn out to be the best method of catching Maya.
She's not young,
Yeah.
and we've got quite a few procedures to get through, so we want to make it as short as possible.
But you know, if she gets out of that net outside, then that's probably
Yeah, if it doesn't work, then obviously we can go to plan B and
yeah,
do.
okay.
There's only one chance with the net.
Coming out anytime soon.
Luckily, Maya's curiosity works to Sue and Annika's advantage.
Got it. Okay, cool, bring her in quickly. Good deal, well done, mate. Good girl.
And now the team must work quickly. To get to the bottom of what's causing Maya's appetite loss and rusty joints. The zoo's newly rescued fur seal pup has also been having ups and downs. He's about to leave quarantine for the coast, where he'll meet other fully grown seals and sea lions. But will they accept him? The pool gets cleared out so the big boys can be introduced one at a time.
Good girl.
Andrew is anxious to see if they will all get along.
Scuttle is probably the biggest concern because of his size, and if he just wanders straight up to him, all it's going to take is a pick up and a shake, and he could do some serious damage. Hey, buddy, how are you? Do you want to come out? Move your little bum.
All the seals have checked each other out thoroughly through the fence, but now it's time to let nature run its course.
Let's go. Good boy. Come on. Come on. There you go. If you and Annika bring in Mo and Orua, and then we'll go from there.
All right. Come on then, hey.
The youngster wisely keeps to himself, but the other seals clearly have him on their radar.
If it doesn't go so well, you're looking at him possibly getting bitten by another animal. It's just whether it's going to be a bite or whether there's follow-through behind that.
If the worst happens, the keepers have made a plan to distract the seals and then separate them. It's an intense few moments as everybody waits to see what will happen.
Hold on. Here he comes now. What you up to, buddy? Who's this?
One of the male fur seals is the first to check out his distant cousin.
I really want to see more of this, so he's still having a look at him. There you go. You guys suss each other out. Good kids, you be nice. Look how cheeky he is. You're so cocky for a little boy. This seal here is Orua, and he's a subantarctic fur seal. And they were interacting through the mesh, and that's basically the greeting that they were just doing there. I just hope he just doesn't get too cheeky, because they're like a Jack Russell in the dog world, where they're just full of confidence and cockiness, yet they're so small. And he doesn't want to try that on with Scuttle, that's 160 kgs, when he's only 13 kgs, you know? But he would, because that's his attitude. Yeah, let's go get Scuttles.
Everyone holds their breath. It's like a school first 15 going toe-to-toe with the All Blacks.
I hope he reads the signs to go away when Scuttle tells him to. Yeah, look. Who's that?
But nature has given the new boy inbuilt respect for the pool's pecking order.
Are you serious?
Not phased at all, eh? It's still obviously very early days because he hasn't had any full-on interactions with any of the animals properly yet, but I think we're influencing it too much. So we need to hop out and basically watch from a distance and let him get to investigate the area as much as meet all the animals as well.
Bethany Jackson has been the zoo's in-house vet for 2 years. She loves working with such a diverse range of animals.
I wouldn't say I was destined to be a zoo vet initially, but I have to say this is one of those dream jobs that every time you're going to see something, you kind of pinch yourself going, I can't believe my job is to visit a tiger or go check an elephant.
14-year-old red panda Maya has lost her appetite and isn't moving about normally. So she's getting a full checkup from Bethany.
So we're just having a little feel of her abdomen. Well, obviously we don't often get to have animals under anaesthetic or get to feel them this intimately because she wouldn't let us do this conscious, that's for sure. So at the moment I'm just checking that she's got sort of a full range of motion in all her joints. We'll back that up with x-rays. So I can just feel there's a little bit of clicking when I flex up that knee joint, and there's also a bit of thickening of the bone on the sides of the joint, so that can be a sign of arthritis.
That explains the stiffness. Bethany also spots the reason Maya's not eating.
One of these teeth needs to come out. It's got a lesion over the root and it's a little bit rotten looking. Yeah, this definitely needs to come out because it's only going to become abscessed and cause problems down the track. And this tooth is just so rotten. So yeah. Do you want to keep the tooth? Don't have a red panda tooth fairy?
Bacteria from the rotten tooth could have caused secondary problems in Maya's heart and kidneys. Bethany can check these vital organs with an ultrasound.
To do that, we have to create a space in all this fur because ultrasound won't go through air. But you can see there how dense that coat is. Getting some gas in her intestines is blocking off the view at times. I'm just wondering, I think that's her kidney there that's not quite looking 100% normal. Looking at it in the centre here, I wouldn't say they're grossly abnormal, they're just probably fairly typical of an older animal's kidneys.
To be doubly sure, Bethany orders blood tests, then takes Maya through to X-ray to confirm the suspected arthritis in her knee.
The main thing is it's not severe on the X-ray. If we think there is any sort of low-level discomfort or that she's not moving as well as she used to, then some anti-inflammatories would be a good way to go.
With the procedure complete, Bethany gives Maya a reversal injection to wake her up.
So that was it. She just had a swallow there. Yep. There you go, little lady. She's waking up, so I'm just gonna... She's actually gonna do a bit of action, I think. It's all right, little one.
The team will keep a very close eye on Maya while she recovers in her den. Bethany's happy with how everything went.
Anaesthetising her, if she had an abscess and a fever and all sorts of other things, would be less ideal. So this is kind of the perfect situation that we got to knock her out when she's healthy, get the tooth sorted. She's back, she'll be fine.
Orangutan Caring Week is underway at Auckland Zoo. And as the sun climbs higher, festivities are in full swing. The keepers have some very special toys to take things to an even higher level.
We've got a trampoline here that was donated to us for the orangutans to have a go on. So we're not too sure if they're going to just rip it apart or have a bounce in it, but either way, it's really enriching for them.
Christine's got more in store to stretch their imaginations.
It's actually a piece of proper bungee cord, and we've never actually put it in the orangs before, so we're not actually too sure what they're going to do with it. Anything we give the orangutans has to be really meaty and strong.
This is not as simple as it looks. Getting things secure enough that our orangs aren't going to mess with them is quite a challenge.
A call about these hearing.
Been here long enough to know that orang-proof is not always orang-proof. Need to put a little sign here. No bungee jumping over the wall.
Waiting in the wings, the orangutans look on with great interest. They know something fun is just round the corner.
They know that something's out because we've been coming past them where they're all safely locked away. We always try and give them new stuff, not all the time, but this is totally new, especially the bungee. I'm interested in the bungee.
While the keepers watch intently from outside, Big Charlie cautiously inspects these extraordinary items. But 6-year-old Marju is the one who experiments.
We've seen Marju coming around and testing these bungees just to see if they're going to hold his weight and how bouncy they are. But also, quite common for orangs, he's gone straight to the clamps that we've used to secure them on. So he's having a good look and seeing if he can destroy anything there. There he goes. So I think as he gets a bit more confident, we'll see him swinging around and bouncing a lot more.
Orangutans are the most intelligent of the great apes and share over 97% of our genetic makeup.
Figures are saying that within the next 10 years, orangutans are going to be completely extinct in the wild due to the palm oil industry, which is absolutely shocking to think about.
Auckland Zoo places an emphasis on raising global awareness with visitors, whilst having a high old time too. The orangutans' one-off masterpieces are a hit.
I'm really stoked with how they've turned out. I actually want one on my own wall. The money will be used for supporting Sumatran orangutan conservation programs, helping orangutans in the wild to be rehabilitated where they've been dishomed from the palm oil plantations and become orphans. So it's a really good cause.
Carly and the team have done a great job educating a whole new generation of visitors, as well as giving orangutans in the wild a major boost. And how is Marju's new toy going down?
Marju, every day, he makes me laugh. He purposely falls off things, or he does roly-polies, and just is genuinely a clown. And I just love seeing that freedom and that joy that he's got in life.
Maya's also got her bounce back. She's woken up bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, and best of all, she's ravenously hungry.
Hello, sweetheart. You hungry? Yeah, you want some lunch? Here you go. Good girl. I'm really happy with the way the procedure went. We were really worried about her beforehand. She went off her food and she wasn't eating very well. But now you can see how hungry she is. And even pear, which can be something that can be quite hard to chew, she's really getting stuck into that and eating it really well.
And there's more good news. Maya's arthritis is so mild she won't need treatment. Even better, her kidneys are fine. She's in great nick for her age. A few weeks later at the coast, the new seal pup has been accepted by the others. He's also putting on the pounds. After learning his place in the group, he's staked a small claim to the pool. After all he's been through, his new name is entirely fitting. Atamai, meaning clever in Māori.
Atamai is doing really, really well. We've managed to integrate him in with the rest of the animals. He's a really great addition to our fur seal group. So the plan for Atamai is we'll keep on going with this training. We've got a lot of husbandry behaviours, like health check behaviours that we need to do with him. And then basically it's all about getting him ready for being an encounter animal. And that's all to do with why these animals are here, to create awareness of the issues facing New Zealand fur seals or our marine environment.
The acceptance of this wild New Zealand fur seal into the coast colony is a terrific result for Andrew and his team.